I don't wanna go there. We should never go there. Why you wanna go there? I guess I gotta go there. You're hearing rumors about me and you can't stomach the thought. So please, babe, so please don't judge me. I won't judge you.
Hello everyone, and welcome to our Law Task Force meeting with Cannon Bay. This is Monday, December 5th in 2016, and the topic is the Prophet's teachings. And I'm going to go ahead and yield the floor to President Cannon Bay. Islam,
everybody.
Islam, Brother President.
Islam. This wasn't Brother President. Islam. Y'all see the proper picture, right? Divine Constitution and Babylon. Okay. Let's go over this Divine Constitution and Babylon. You recording this, right, Kalon?
Islam, I am.
Beautiful. Okay. Can you mute everybody's phone because it's a little noise so we can get it clear? I'm going to read the entire thing, and then we're going to go over it.
There you go. You got it. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Let's try it again. Okay. The Grand Act 1, the Grand Sheik and the chairman of the Moorish Temple of America is empowered to make law and enforce law with the assistance of the Prophet and the Grand Body of the Moorish Temple of America. The assistant Grand Sheik is the assistant Grand Sheik, and all affairs if he lives according to love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, and it is known before the members of the Moorish Temple of America. Act 2, all meetings are to be open and closed properly according to the Circle 7, and love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Friday is our holy day or rest, because on a Friday the first man was formed in the flesh, and on a Friday the first man departed out of flesh and ascended unto his Father, God, Allah. For that cause, Friday is the holy day for all Muslims all over the world. Act 3. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice must be proclaimed and practiced by all members of the Moorish Temple of America. No member is to put in danger or accuse falsely his brother or sister on any occasion at all that may harm his brother or sister, because Allah is love. Act 4. All members must preserve these holy and divine laws, and all members must obey the laws of the government, because by being a Moorish American, you are a part and parcel of the government and must live the life accordingly. Act 5. This organization of the Moorish Temple of America is not to cause any confusion or to overthrow the laws and constitution of the said government, but to obey hereby. Okay. What y'all think about that? Any questions? At all?
Let me unmute everyone.
Oh,
Hold on.
yeah, I'm here.
I got a question. This is Brother Rich.
Islam, who is that? Anthony, you have the floor.
This is Brother Rich.
Oh, it's not Brother Rich. My apologies. You have the floor.
In regards to Act 4, where it says you are part and parcel of the government, is it referring to the United States?
Islam. No, he's not referring to the United States. I used to think that, too, at first, that he was referring to the United States. But he said the said government. So what he actually talking about is the government that he was talking about up here.
Islam.
When you
Governor Goddell, province of North Carolina. Oh, he didn't yield the floor. Pardon me, brother. Finish your statement.
See right here, he said the said government. This is Act 5. He said government. The said government is this government up here. That's the government he's talking about, the one up here. And this statement that he's making right here, he's letting the Moorish American, the members of the temple, understand that they not just members of a temple. He's letting them know that they also are part of a government. Okay? Not just the temple, but they part of a government. This is why he says the Moorish Science Temple of America is not just some social organization. That's not what it is. Okay? So that's what he's talking about. When he say the said government, I used to think he was talking about the United States too, but that ain't who he's talking about. Noble Ali is talking about our government. And he's letting them know right here, if you pay attention, he say what? All members must preserve these holy and divine laws. Then he say what? And all members must what? Obey the laws of the government. So he let you know that Moorish Science Temple ain't the government, but what? It's the divine side. It's the temple. This is why he's talking about members right here. Okay? You see it, right?
Okay, so all right, so sorry.
You said what?
Can you move that screen that your can you go back to Act 5, I think it was, so I can see it? Yeah.
Right here.
No, Act 4. Okay, where it says all members must preserve these holy and divine laws. Okay, all members must obey the laws of the government. Okay, so the government is the divine laws, or
no. The divine laws is what you're looking at. This is
okay.
It's the divine constitution and bylaws. This is divine laws. So now how you know that what I'm saying is true? Right here he's talking about the members. When you keep reading, what do he say? He says members must obey the laws of the government. Why do members got to obey the laws of the government? Because by being a Moorish American, you are a part and parcel of the government. He used the terminology Moorish American. What is Moorish American? Moorish American is a free national name of a national citizen. Therefore, he's letting you know that being a Moorish American makes you a part of the government. Not because you're a member. That's why he's telling you. And all members must obey the laws of the government. Because you're not just a member of Moorish Science. You are also a Moorish American, which makes you a part and parcel of the government.
Wow.
You see it?
Yes.
The government is it is within the state.
The government is the state side. Exactly.
Okay.
Let me know when
Islam.
Let me know when you get
Islam.
the floor, Brother Rich.
So I yield the floor.
Okay, Brother Anthony had a question, I think, right? Was it you?
Islam, I didn't, but now I do.
Well, there was
What the
someone
prophet
that did. My apologies. I don't want to go in, out of order. Someone did have a question.
That was Brother Nasir Mayadel.
Okay, Islam, Brother Nasir, you have the floor. Then we'll come back to you, Brother Anthony.
Islam, basically, the president kind of summed it up. I was basically going to say what he said, and just to clarify some things that he had went over prior to. But being a Grand Sheik in the Moorish Science Temple myself, I keep it real, and there's a lot of Moors who don't agree with me and with Canon Bey is sharing with us tonight. But it's clear, the prophet, he made everything plain. He didn't write it in Arabic. He wrote it in English, in our language that we speak. And the divine constitution and bylaws, as the president said, is for the divine side of the movement for the Moorish Sign Symbol of America officers to follow, as well as the members to abide by as well. And the Grand Sheik, Assistant Grand Sheik, Chairman, etc., they make laws, enforce laws. That is for the Moorish Sign Temple of America, the religious organization. And the religious organization and its officers are not to overthrow the said government. The said government that he spoke of back then, just like he told the Moors at that time, he's like, basically what I'm doing is not even for y'all. It's for the third and fourth generation unborn. That said government was the government that he needed us to exercise our five senses later on and form, which we now have today, which our Moorish brothers and sisters have failed to take heed to and be stuck in just on the divine side. So after 100 years of him transcending, the movement has been basically at a standstill. We've had a lot of Moors that are intelligent when it comes to the Circle 7 Quran, et cetera, et cetera. However, nationally and internationally and government-wise, we haven't done nothing, and we're still wondering what's the problem, why our rights are not going unmolested, as the prophet promised. It's because we dropped the ball and didn't fulfill what we supposed to have done. But the said government is what we finally now have, Islam.
Islam, Brother Anthony had the floor next, and then who is that, Brother Ross?
Yes.
Okay. Islam, Brother Anthony, you have the floor.
Thank you, Sister Summit. Islam Moors, I would like to say that the government, our government, is the capstone joining with the base of the pyramid for completion. And we've come full circle. Islam, I yield the floor.
Islam, Brother Secretary of State, can you do me a favor? When you say Islam, I'm going to think that you want to speak. When you say point of order, I'm going to interrupt everyone and think that you need to bring order. Okay? That's how we'll do that.
Islam, that's the way we'll do it then.
All right, Islam. Brother Leslie, let's have Secretary of State speak first, and then we'll bring you to the floor.
Okay.
It's fine. I just wanted to make it super clear. If the president can go back to the laws, divine laws, and there's one word in there that makes it crystal clear for everybody. One, and only one. And he did it. He said it, but I think we didn't see it. But I want to just point that one word out. What the president just said. So if you could, President, could you go back to backup bylaws? I think it was in Act 5 or Act 4. Okay, we're looking at everybody's pictures and things. Is there something going on? Oh, okay. Okay, for all our scholars out there, there's one word that makes what the president just said. In Act 4, if you look at all members must preserve these holy and divine laws, and when you get to the word "and," it means something that is separate and different from that which precedes it.
Wow.
Did y'all catch that?
Yes, sir.
And this and that and this and that. That means something that precedes it is separate and distinctively different than that which comes after it. So that precedes it is separate and distinct and different. It is not the same thing. It means something totally different. So I wanted to point that out because it says "and all members." They didn't even got a comma right there and let you know that it's also distinct and separate than that followed it. So, or that preceded it. So look at that word "and" it means something different. I yield the floor.
Islam, Brother Ross.
Islam, Leslie Atkins-Ill has the floor.
Islam, in I believe that's Act 2. If, Brother President, you could scroll down. Okay, the part, right there, where he talks about Friday is the holy day of rest, because on a Friday the first man was formed in the flesh. How can we, if we still are in the corporate system, working for the corporation or in some form under the corporation, how can we enforce that to where we have our rights to follow what the prophet said as far as how we're supposed to conduct ourselves on a Friday?
Islam, are you asking about it being a holy day? And is there a different conduct that you would display for your job than you would outside? I'm trying to understand your question.
Well, like on Fridays, we supposed to rest from our labors, if I'm reading this correct.
Mm-hmm.
Because and it's the day we're supposed to give reverence, as Muslims. So if that's the case, then how can we, who are in the system working for the corporation or in the corporations in some kind of way, can take that to our jobs and say, this is based on the prophet's teaching, and I want to keep that day as a holy day?
Islam.
This is Brother Floyd Harris, the governor of Missouri. We have to keep in mind that Friday, the holy day, it really doesn't start until sunset. Because if you listen to our prayer, when we say, Allah, Father of the universe, Allah, truth, peace, justice, and freedom. And we also say by night and by day. Night came before day. And we have to understand that the day don't start until sunset, if I'm not correct.
Yes, you are correct.
Islam.
Islam.
This is Brother Maya.
The day starts at sunset.
Islam, let me just make sure that, Brother Amir, do you yield the floor? And then Brother
No, I
Leslie.
yield the floor.
Excellent point. Thank you. Brother Leslie, do you yield the floor?
Yes, I do.
Islam, great questions and answers tonight. Brother Nasir, you have the floor.
Islam, thank you. And I'm going to make this statement, but I'm going to anyway, and I will provide the proof to y'all at another time. I'm not at home right now, I'm on the road. However, the question that the brother initially asked has already been fought in the courts. And you have the right to, whether you shift, whatever, you have the right to practice your holy day and not attend their job. And that's for a stateless person. It has won that case. So you being a national part of your own government, your law is law. It trumps all. But for a stateless person, they have won that right in court already. It's been fought already. As far as school, work, everything.
Oh, okay.
And one more thing before I go, and this goes to what we were talking about earlier about the Divine Constitution and Bylaws, the Morrison Temple. The prophet wasn't confused, and I tell brothers this all the time. The Morrison Temple of America is exactly what he said it was. It was a civic organization, and he changed it to a religious organization. Nothing more, nothing less. And it has certain powers, which you can read the Hers Revised Statutes, and it'll let you know, the extensions of powers that the Morrison Temple of America has and its charter, But it is exactly what the prophet said it was, a religious organization. But people want to make it into something that is not.
Islam.
Okay.
Is that Cannon Bay?
Yeah. Okay, the word of used to indicate possession, connection, or association. The king of France, the property of the church. So as you see right here, it says the Grand Sheik and the chairman of the Moorish Science Temple of America. I got a story on it. Please kill that phone. The chairman, the Grand Sheik, and the chairman of the Moorish Science Temple of America is empowered to make law and enforce law with the assistance of the prophet and the grand body of the Moorish Science Temple of America. The assistant Grand Sheik, I don't know why we getting that echo. I don't know why we getting that echo. How long do you see where that feedback comes from? Is it coming back from my phone?
Is Brother Rashid, can you mute your phone?
Okay, let me see here. I think the last time I did that, I muted you out. Hold on one second.
Don't star 6. Just mute your phone personally, manually.
Okay. All right.
Okay, that's better. All right. Okay, so the prophet is letting us know in this right here, this first part, he's talking strictly about Moorish Science Temple of America. He's not talking about the government. He ain't making no mention of no government, none of that. He's strictly talking about who run the Moorish Science Temple of America, who got power to make the laws dealing with the temple, et cetera, et cetera. So the Grand Sheik and the chairman, they property of what? The Moorish Science Temple of America. He let you know the Grand Sheik and the chairman of, pay attention, of, used to indicate possession, connection, or association. So I break this thing all the way down because a lot of Moors, every Moor has not even graduated from school. Not to say that they dumb or they slow, because they haven't, because some of our best people didn't graduate from school. But some don't have good comprehension when they read certain things. They don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? And I just gonna give you a little example right quick of what I mean. That comma makes a big difference.
Yes, it does.
That comma makes a big difference in that statement. See, they got to learn this. Commas and pronunciation make a totally different statement. You got to pay attention to these things. So they got to get an understanding. We're not saying let's eat, Grandma. We're saying let's eat, Grandma. It's a difference, all because of what? A comma. A comma makes the difference. These different words, the prophet was a master teacher. Okay? Master. And he left here to clues. Now I'm going to go down here. Now down here, this right here, Acts 4 and Acts 5 is where he kind of like, he up here, he let you know about the Moorish Science Temple of America. Right here, he let you know how to run the meetings of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Okay? And he also let you know why Friday is our holy day. So this right here is dealing with the religion, the meetings of Moorish Science Temple of America, et cetera, et cetera. Act 3, he's telling you what? Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice must be proclaimed and practiced. by all members of the Morris Science Temple of America. No member is to put in danger or accuse falsely his brother or sister on any occasion at all that may harm his brother or sister because Allah is love. You got to pay attention to this man. He clever. Okay? Now look, Act 4. All members must preserve these holy and divine laws. Did he say all Moorish Americans must preserve these holy and divine laws? That ain't what he said. He said all members must preserve these holy and divine laws. And, there go that word and again, all members must obey the laws of the government. Because by being a Moorish American, he didn't say that because being a member, he said because being a Moorish American, you are a part and parcel of the government and must live the life accordingly. Like he said, you got to be Moorish American more than just in principle. You got to be a Moorish American in principle and standard. And standard. This organization of the Moorish Science Temple of America is not to cause any confusion or to overthrow the laws and constitution of the said government. What said government he talking about? The one up here, he's telling you that you're a Moorish American and that you're part and parcel of it. Right here. He ain't talking about the United States. He's talking about your state government, your own government. Remember what he said. These people are happy to see him bringing you back under the constitutional fold of a free national government. He didn't say they happy to see him bringing you under the divine constitutional fold of a Morris Science Temple of America. He said of a free national government. So now, down here at the bottom I got notes. It says the Grand Sheik and the chairman are empowered to pass laws and enforce the laws of the Morris Science Temple of America, not the government. Pay close attention. The prophet is making distinctions between the temple and the government. They are not one and the same, but operate simultaneously at the same time together. The word and, a conjunction connecting words or phrases expressing the idea that the latter is to be added to or taken along with the first. These some court cases. Together with, join with, and this more court cases. We're going to jump down past all these. Let's get down here. It expresses a general relation or connection, a participation, or accompaniment, in sequence. Accompaniment in sequence. Having no inherent meaning, standing alone, but deriving force from what comes before and after. Do you hear that? Having no inherent meaning, standing alone, but deriving force from what comes before and after. In its conjunctive sense, the word is used to conjoin words, clauses, or sentences, expressing the relation of addition or connection, and signifying that something is to follow, in addition to that which precedes, and its use implies that the connected elements must be grammatically coordinate as where the elements preceding and succeeding the use of the words refer to the same subject matter. While it is said that there is no exact synonym of the word in English, it has been defined to mean along with, also, and also, as well as, besides, together with. So let's read this again after read that. Where we at? All members of the Morris Science, all members must preserve the holy and divine laws. So these laws, the divine go with the holy. They go together. Right? What he says. Expressing the relationship of addition or connection. Right? So, and all members must obey the laws of the government. Because by being a Moorish American, you are a part and parcel of the government and must live the life accordingly. Accordingly. Yep. Man, this man is you really gotta really, in order to really understand OGLE, you got to study. You got to study. The man told you he had to go around his thumb just to get to his elbow to get what he had to get done. And he told you he left hints and clues. Only he left his footsteps clear, only a fool can error. Now let's read my notes on this part. All members must obey the laws of the government because being a Moorish American, you are part and partial of the government. Pay close attention. When the prophet talks about the government, he never uses the term member. When he speaks of the holy and divine laws, he says members. When he speaks about the Moorish Temple of America, he refers to it as an organization, not as a government. A part is a section or portion of something larger. Partial. If you describe something as partial, you're usually saying it's just part of the whole or incomplete. Being Moorish American makes you a part of the government. The prophet did not say being a member makes you a part of the government. Being a Moorish American makes you part of the government. You got to have your citizenship to be part of the government. You don't have to have citizenship to be part of the Moorish Science, to be a member in the temple. You go to the temple to learn how to be a good citizen. That's what civics teach. It teaches you how to be a good, responsible citizen so that you can then become part of the government. Okay. Islam? I ain't through.
Disagreeing.
One more.
Islam. Disagreeing.
Okay, Islam. Let's get to this one. Let's see what I got over here. Let's see what these notes don't say. Okay. All members must obey the laws of the government. Don't get it twisted. The prophet is letting you know, members, that you are still a part of the government because you are a Moorish American. Member, Moorish Science Temple of America, Moorish American, citizen, United States American Republic. You must become active in your government if you are not following the prophet. His Moors are active, not passive. They are the ones in government taking their place in the affairs of men. Come under the constitutional fold of a government. Not are you, and then it must be cut off. Wait a minute, let's see. Maybe I got it too big. Or maybe I didn't finish writing it right. Okay. Fold of government. I think that's supposed to say, if not, you are a nation. Look at the Moors around you. Okay. Come under the constitutional fold of government. Oh no, I messed that up. I'm gonna have to fix it. You look at what they are doing. They come to the temple. Then what are they doing? So that is going to change the society. Now this all messed up. Don't pay that no attention down there. I got to rewrite that part. Woo! I messed that all up. I don't even understand that. I think I was rushing, trying to hurry up and finish before the call. Okay, because this is the last one I was working on. Okay, Islam. So I'm gonna give you the floor right there. I'm gonna pull up one of the better written documents.
Okay, Islam. I'm going to unmute, but I got to say this first. Nobody has ever been able to break down Acts 4 or 5 the way that you just did for me. Thank you, Allah. And I'm just so happy to see all of this making sense now. So let me unmute and get some comments.
Islam,
Brother Rashid, you have the floor.
yes, I was just wondering, and I want to go back a little bit. You know, we were just talking about Holy Day, and the brother was asking a question about because Holy Day is our day of rest. I was also wondering if anyone could tell me, like, say you had a court date on that day, wouldn't that apply the same to court as it would to your job?
Brother Atkins, can you mute? Okay.
Islam, I can answer that.
Okay. Islam, brother, you have the floor.
Using common sense and not nonsense, I think that you would have to give notice, because you're going to find that a lot of people do not know about our holy day, even though we got court cases that say it is what it is, but you still have to give notice to these people so that they will be up on it. Because they would not know if they're violating your holy day unless it's known. So that's the scenario you gave. So any one of us on this phone that have been working in the United States, having a job, we have to give notice. And all holidays, holy days that are recognized are noticed to everybody, so that everybody will have that day off, or they can recognize that day. So you would have to notice them first. And also, brothers and sisters, let's keep in mind, be mindful that, you know, when we're looking at another jurisdiction, it's going to affect the way that things go. So I would say to you, Brother Rashid, we have to give them notice. And if it's ours and we got our own jobs, of course, you know, there's no problem or issue, because we're coming from our nation state and it within our jurisdiction. We don't have to give anybody notice. We already, that's a norm. But if you are doing it from another jurisdiction, then you have to notice those folks to make sure they know that, because of our unique situation on our land right now. All right?
Okay, Islam. Thank you, Brother Islam.
Islam, and I'll add to that by saying that from experience, I know that someone had, we wrote a note for the court to let them know that it was their holy day, Friday, and they just switched it to another day. So he's right. And I guess you have to find those laws, but basically the Religious Act, the First Amendment, you know, our Constitution and their Constitution.
Right. Okay, Islam, sister.
Islam. Point is, Cannon Bay. You know, we got the prophet on the. I got the prophet on the screen, so I got to tell you, like the prophet say, stay out of the European court, man. You ain't got no business getting no nothing, because you're a national. You ain't got no business in their court. And if you dealing with your people, guess what? We ain't having court on Friday, because it's our holy day too. So you ain't got to give us no notice or no note, because we off on Friday too. Islam.
Islam. Thank you very much.
Islam.
Islam, brother.
Yes, Brother Floyd Harris, man. It is duly noted that the United States government of America know that Jews and Muslims automatically have Friday as a holy day. They know this. It's law. It's established and duly noted. So when you bring it to your boss should automatically know that, because it is duly noted that them two religious organizations, Muslims and Jews, they automatically participate in a Friday holy day. I yield the floor.
Islam, point of interest.
Islam. Whose point of interest was that?
Secretary of State.
Okay, and then Sister Ajoa will bring her to the floor.
I apologize, Sister Ajoa. Duly noted there, Governor. But the only point I was making on that is, only point I want to make on that is the distinction between Muslim and Muslims. And because we have been asleep for a long time, I do agree with you And we do have to, at this point in time, be technical because we are coming back. So, because we've been in a stupor, as I've spoken and said before, for a long time. We have to let it be known of who we are because we're coming back on the playing field and handling our business in the affairs of men. As the president is going through this and he's methodically breaking this down, he's doing it by words. So we do have to pay attention to those technicalities. So right now it is a technicality, but I see what Act 4 does say, and I am going to go with what my prophet, your prophet, and everybody's prophet on this line says to do. Of course, we're not going to ignore that at all. But I'm just saying all Muslims and Muslims have Holy Day on Friday, duly noted, but not Muslims as an active people because we've been asleep for a long time. So that's why I was being technical about it. I yield the floor.
Islam, thank you. Islam, Mr. Joa, you have the floor.
Islam, I just wanted to kind of piggyback on what Brother was saying before the Secretary, which I've been in these courts here in Colorado for sure, and a lot of this is run here by the Jewish sect. And so anytime they have any holy holiday, whatever day that they want to call out court, it's off, period. And so, yeah, I certainly want to see or desire that, we set our dates and make sure that, we get our dates too. Islam, I yield the floor.
Islam, Joel.
Islam, Brother Floyd, you have the floor.
No, I was just complimenting the sister.
Islam.
Point of entry. Christopher Hill Bay.
Islam, Christopher Hill Bay, you have the floor.
Yeah, to go along with what the brother was saying about the holy day doesn't start until sundown Friday and goes on until sundown Saturday. And I've been holding to that for quite some time now, even before I started even learning about you guys and the Moors and who we are as Moors Americans. But does that, I know I hear a lot of people saying that we won't do anything on Friday. But me personally, and if I'm wrong, somebody correct me, but I do know that it does start on Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. So we're still, we can still work, Friday up until that point. And I know the brother was saying something about if he had a court date, anything like that. And I know, we attend court and things like that, but sundown, nobody's in court. You don't ever have a court date where you have to go into court on a Friday night. If I'm wrong, correct me. Or Saturday, which the state and government and everything considers a weekend, and there is no court on Saturday. But like I said, I think that you're in the clear, even if you did have court on Friday morning. But as I think if we do want to be off Friday all day, we still have that right. If I'm wrong, somebody correct me. But like I say, the holy day doesn't start until sundown Friday, and it ends sundown the next day. Islam, I yield the floor.
Islam, thank you. I'll just say, and good point, by the way, bringing us back to the Article 4, you can really see the divine and national side of things is crystal clear when he's talking about these members must. And can you enlarge that a little bit, Tana, so I can make sure I don't say the wrong word? These holy and divine laws. So you have to preserve the holy and divine laws. And then you have to obey the laws of the government. And so many people within the temple are saying that is the theocratic government, but it's not. The holy and divine laws, the divine part, is where the theocracy lies, and then the national part is the laws of the government. And the government never went away. That's what is so difficult for a lot of people to see because it was always reserved for us. And all that needed to be done was to be claimed, so to speak, or put together, put back into its place, paperwork-wise. And so I'll yield there because I think that my point is just that you can see the difference, the divine side, the national side, and what really needs to actually be in existence for any of this to move forward. Because the sheiks have had us, sheikhesses, whomever in the temples have had us kind of pigeonholed into thinking that this was where we were, this is where we live, and we can't come out of that space. Now we know that when we come out of that space, all of what happens is up to us if we don't have our government in place in order to take care of that. So, Islam, I yield.
Islam. That's why the prophet say, be careful because your own brother will put you back in slavery. And what he meant by that was the Christian preachers that had our people in slavery all this time sitting up in the church. So if you're not careful, the sheep can have you sitting up in the temple, just like how the Christian preachers had our people sitting up in the church. So you gotta really, wake up, be conscious, like the prophet said, exercise your five senses. He's telling you, and I tell people, see, I follow the prophet. I don't care what nobody say. They talk about me all they want. I ain't come here for nobody like me. I came here to do what Allah told me to do, and that's I ain't got to explain nothing to nobody. So the thing of it is, he told me that's my prophet, and my prophet said to follow his footsteps. He left them clear, and only a fool can err. So I follow his footsteps. And if a person don't believe what I'm saying is right, I can show you. I'll show you again and make you all line up again that is right. Watch this. Now right here, pay attention. I told him. He's talking about members right here. He's letting the members know that they part of the government too. They part of it too. That more science ain't the government. He's making a distinction right here. An organization can never have a government, but a government can have what? Many organizations. Okay? So right here, he's making distinctions. He's letting them know Moors, where we at? Up here. Okay, you're a member. All members must obey the laws of the government because by being a Moorish American, this is the first time he made reference to being a Moorish American. And he let them know, if you're a member, you are also a Moorish American. You're not just a member of a temple. You are also a Moorish American. You're a free national citizen, part of the government. So, again, I'm going to back that up. I'm going to show you. I don't just talk. I'm gonna line it up for you. I'm going to line it up for you. Watch this.
Point of interest.
Islam, you got the flow. I'm going to back it up, though. Watch it.
Back where it says all members must proclaim their nationality in the government in which they live. Now, that government, in order to be a part of that government, we must pledge an oath and an allegiance. And in doing so, is that what makes us Moorish Americans?
You say by doing what?
Okay. In the act there, it says all members must proclaim their nationality. I can't read it because you have the screen up there. But it looks like to read all members must proclaim their nationality in the government in which they live. So,
and the nations of the earth.
In the nation of the earth. So if our government, the laws of our government requires everyone to, especially Moors, to take an oath of allegiance in order to become a Moorish American, with any Moor that is a member of the temple which hasn't proclaimed their nationality with our government, would they actually be a Moorish American, or would they just be like you said, a Moor with the African American with Moorish conscience?
Once you proclaim your oath to your state government, you then become a true Moorish American citizen.
Gotcha.
You can't have a nationality without a state. They go together. There ain't no separating that. They go together. Okay, now I said I was going to prove what I said. Look what the prophet say right here. Watch this. What do he say right here? He say, wait, let me find it. Is this the right one? Wait a minute. I don't think this is the right one. But we're going to go through this one too while I'm on it. Okay. You got to really pay attention to the prophet. He's showing you church and state is separated. If you have race pride and learn your race, join the Moorish Science Temple of America and become a part of this divine movement. Then you will have power to redeem your race because you will know who you are and your forefathers were. Because where there is unity, there is strength. Together we stand, divided we fall. Come, good people, because I, the prophet, sent to redeem this nation. He didn't say to redeem this temple. He said to redeem this nation from mental slavery, which you have now need every one of you who think that your condition can be better. This is a field open to strong men and women to uplift the nation. He didn't say to uplift no temple, to uplift the nation and take your place in the affairs of men. If the Europeans and other nations are helping me, why not you? It is your problem. The Negro problem is being solved only as it can, and that is by the Moorish national movement. He's letting you know the Negro problem can only be solved by the national movement, the government side. The state side is the only way you're going to solve this Negro problem. Because once you become a state citizen, you become a national citizen. And by becoming a national citizen, this Negro problem is over with. There is no more Negro problem. Because there is no such thing as no Negro. When you got your free national name being what? Moorish American. So to verify this, look what he say. He say, if you have a nation. He ain't even telling them up here that they got it. He not saying, okay, he done bought Moorish Science Temple of America. It's clear up here. He's telling you, he done already bought the temple. He's showing you. It exists. The temple exists. He's telling you up here. Join it. Join the Moorish Science Temple. If the Moorish Science Temple of America is your state government, then why would he get down here, this man, say, if you have a nation? Because you don't, it's not established yet. It's still on the come. See, that you know, if you have a nation, you must have a what? Free national name. Not equal, a free national name. That free national name is what? Moorish American. If you have a nation, you must have a free national name in order to be recognized by this nation as an American citizen. To be recognized by this nation as an American citizen with a small c. That's how the United States government can recognize you as being what? An American citizen. This is what was meant when it said, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and all these things will be added unto you. Kingdom in the King James Bible means government. So the man is telling you, seek ye first the government of God, the government of heaven. You gotta get your government first. Then all these things will be added on to you. Without the government, you're not gonna do with things that's not gonna do. It's not gonna happen the way you think. What you want to take place ain't gonna happen. Now, I'm gonna prove my point about the other thing I was talking about. When I said, where he's saying he's talking to members, and he's letting members know that they also are Moorish Americans. Because members and Moorish Americans, when the prophet talking, he's letting you know these two different things. He's letting you know these two different things. Look right here. I, the prophet, am applying to all loyal, faithful Moors, that go that comma, members, comma, and the American citizens, that go that small c. So he said if you want all the rest of the American citizens, they citizens with a small c to recognize you. If you want them to recognize you, you got to have a free national name. You got to be part of a free national government. You got to have a free national flag. Okay? So right here again, the prophet is making a distinction between loyal and faithful Moors. These loyal and faithful Moors are citizens of the United States of America Republic, the government. These are your nationals. The members are the people of Moorish Temple of America. He's taking two. If the members and the faithful Moors are the same, there would be no common here. He wouldn't make this distinction in the two. The prophet said it like this. He said some of my best Moors are still in the churches. That means they got members of the Moorish Temple of America, but they still what? Moors. They still Moors. And they faithful and loyal Moors. All Moors ain't going to be in the temple. Why they not going to be in the temple, Cannon Bay? They not going to be in the temple because they went to the temple. And when they went to the temple, guess what happened? A sheep took advantage. A sheep was standing on his square properly. And they left him because they felt that he was not righteous. So that takes us back to what? Back to the divine constitution and bylaws. That's where they take you back to. What happened when they went to the temple was this. Let me show you what happened. This is what happened. This part right here. The assistant grand sheik is the assistant grand sheik in all the affairs if he lives according to love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. They went to the temple and the sheik wasn't living according to love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. He was on some BS up in there, and that's what made them move around and leave the temple in the first place, and that's why they got still up in the temple. He said if it's known before the members of the Moorish Temple of America. So those members, a lot of members that joined the Moorish Temple of America. A lot of them joined. And when they joined, they went there for a while, and the sheik messed around and reared his head up, and they thought he wasn't living according to love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. And they left that temple. They left. Somebody riding a motorcycle on the car.
Islam, I got it. Hold on. Okay.
So I tried to tie that in as best as I could for y'all. So we can. I'm just gonna leave it at that and leave it open for questions now. Anybody got any questions they want to talk about, anything they want to say about this? But I hope y'all understand the difference in the government and in the temple. And I hope this when the temple of Islam.
Thank you.
Oh, one last thing. You see right there, I highlighted that part in green. They must obey hereby. So if they sign the prophet, they need to do exactly what he said. They should not be trying to overthrow the laws of the government, but to obey.
Yes.
Right? Goodbye. He say if you do not recognize the constitutional fold of a free national government, you ought to be classed as undesirable. And that's what's getting ready to happen right now. That's what's going to go on there. So let me show you that that's going to go on there. Watch this here. Let me see.
Point of interest, real quick, if I may.
Islam?
Can you clarify the Moors and the members? Can you clarify the American citizens with that small c?
That's the rest of the American people that's here. They citizens with a small c. That ain't you.
That's like Europeans who are part of the states, or just everybody? Like
anybody.
Anybody? Okay.
Anybody that's not a free national citizen.
You see, let me show you. Let me show you this here. What I'm talking about. Watch this here. You know what the prophet said to the Moors back then? He said, watch this here. He said, he told them to stop flashing their IDs. He said, stop flashing your cards to the Europeans. They're doing nothing but causing confusion. Watch this. Look at all these different IDs these boys got. He got a different type of ID than the other one I just showed. State of North Carolina, they dude up there with Nasir. Look at this one. They got so many different IDs that it can't do nothing but cause confusion. I don't know if y'all seen this before. I don't know what state this is in, but this is a mausoleum for Noble Ali. I know people seen the headstone. I don't know if they ever seen this, but I'm just showing it to y'all. I got so much stuff.
Isn't he supposed to be out in Burr Oak Cemetery in Illinois?
I'm not sure. Don't make me laugh. Here go another Moorish ID. Look at this one. This is what the prophet talking about. Stop flashing your cards at the Europeans because you're confusing them. So you know what's getting ready to happen? When you got this card right here, they're gonna honor that. And you know when they see you with that card right there, you know what they're gonna start doing with everybody else that don't have a card like this one? They're gonna give them hell. They're gonna give them hell. You know why? Because they know your card lined up with the law like it's supposed to be. You see this card here? This that RV based stuff. But you see it got her unalienable right to travel over land, air, and sea. They put all this stuff on this card because they trying to get a card some credibility from law.
Islam, Canabay, are you going to briefly go into the story today with that phone call that someone who had an ID?
Yeah, here go another one. Look at this one. Here go another ID more carrying. Every ID I done showed you on here so far is different. There's no uniformity. That's why we ain't getting no respect. Look at this license plate right here. This license plate can't do nothing but draw attention to you. Look, you stand out like a sore thumb. What's all this stuff written on here for? What is all this for? This right here, this AA222141, this is Title 22, Chapter 2, Subsection 141 of the United States federal codes, federal statutes.
That's very easy.
If you apply this statute right here to yourself, then you put yourself under the law. You put yourself up under the statute. You got to be a 14th Amendment citizen. Because the United States statutes only apply to 14th Amendment citizens. This Clifford Jackson Bay right here, in case a lot of people don't know that, but that's Clifford Jackson Bay right there. That's Chittenden Bay. They're in Indiana. Them Indiana Moors, just so y'all know. And I think this Man's Bay right here. I'm not sure, but I think that's Man's Bay right there.
Okay.
Hold up. You just had Michelle there, right there.
Yeah, we know who that is.
Hey, D.
That's your.
Is that real?
Look at this license plate. Was what real? That picture of Michelle Obama?
Yes.
Yeah,
that's a real picture?
Michelle Obama.
Michelle Obama with our flags behind her. I'm sorry, point of entry. Yeah.
Hey man, I'm gonna tell y'all, don't be ashamed to join your government. You see what this says? Believe that. Believe that.
Come here, Deb. Gone again. It's better
They these boys in their shop. Look, see the boys right there? See the boys behind the counters in here? This is back when Nova Trump was around. Look. What is your fact?
Islam, point of interest.
Islam, you got something.
Yeah, I got a call from a sister today who's been in search of a home where she can actually truly be free as a Moorish American. And she done spent tons of money, even with that RV-based stuff, and has went to court and basically found out that all of her efforts has been for nothing. She has lost property after her dad had passed. She had inherited property in Baltimore, and she just been basically railroaded out of it. So she called me looking for a home. So I directed her to the website and everything, and she had already briefly looked over it, but she didn't read it completely. So I told her to go back, reread it, finish reading it, and take your oath and send in your documents along with your picture and become a part of this said government. And then you can finally get, to be where you need to be. Because, I mean, to hear it in her voice, she was disappointed thinking about the road she done traveled and the Moors. She even said dirty Moors that she have come in contact with and the money that she has spent to finally get somewhere to where she can truly gain her nationality and be a part of a government that's where she could be protected and be in her rightful status. She was very happy to hear that. I yield the floor.
Islam. Islam.
You have the floor, brother.
I like to make a small point. Do y'all all remember when we were called Negro or we were called colored? We were never called colored Americans. We were never called Negro Americans. We just started recently being called Afro Americans and African Americans in the last 20 years. So to make Kevin Bay's point more clear, that's why we have to join and become a national of the Moorish American national. That's why it's so important, because we're not focusing on things that we've been called all for the past 100 years. We've never been called an American. Just up until 20 or 25 years ago, Afro-American and African-American. That's the only two times that we've been called an American. And we still haven't gotten anything. So all we try to do now is join into our own national movement, a Moorish American national. I mean, it's so simple, you know. And all we got to do is just do it. I yield the floor.
Islam. You've got some good pictures, Cannon Bay.
I got too much stuff. I got stuff everywhere, all over the place, all kind of information. You know, that's what Moors do. We collect information. We lust out wherever we can find it.
Islam.
Side of a building. See that on that side of the building? See that?
Brother Atkins Eel, getting a lot of feedback from you.
I need to do that on the side of about 9 million buildings. Oh, in every state in America.
Where was that? Chicago?
I don't know where I got it from. I got it from somewhere. But I love to put that on the side of the Sears Tower where I see you from top to bottom.
I think it's around Indiana, where he was.
No. That goes to
Islam. Point of interest.
Islam. They said no, but you only got 2 grades. Yeah.
Can you please send me that picture? Because I'll give it to my niece, and she's actually doing a mural down in Oklahoma City on the side of a building. She could add Prophet Noble Drew Ali to that. She's a divine artist. She's gifted like that. So she graduated from Philadelphia School of Art, but she had already knew how to draw. But now she's very technically, trained. So she's doing that right now. That would be beautiful. I yield the floor.
Islam, that would be a good product to have, Cannon Bay, that calendar that you just went by.
Who? Calendar. You see what that say right there? See what that point at? Teaching.
Make it bigger.
Teaching. See that? With us, all members must proclaim their nationality, and we are teaching our people their nationality. Does not say conferring it. Does not say giving our people their nationality. Not giving people the nationality. I don't know why the sheiks is misleading our people. It's time for them to wake up, get it right. Giving them the nationality card. The nationality card was designed to only start our people to thinking about nationality. This is why the prophet says it's going to change on you overnight in your pocket. You're putting all your weight on that nationality card, and therefore when your government bring out its state IDs and state identification and state driver's license, you ain't going to go get it because you ain't operating under the constitutional form of the government. You ain't going to recognize your state government. You ain't going to come up under a free national government, and you're going to be still walking around with that nationality card in your pocket. These people are going to be clumping you in your head. And the sad part about it is you're leading a lot of people. See, I have to tell them, I ain't got to prove nothing to no sheep. I ain't got to prove nothing. They got to prove to me. I'm a member. I'm a member. See what that say? He got to practice. He got to show that he practices love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, and it is known before the members of the Moorish Side of America. I am a member of the Moorish Side of America. And if a sheep can't show me that I need to be following what he's talking about and listening to what he's saying, I can't follow you and you can't listen. If you can talk good, that ain't enough for me. Prophet told me to use my 5 senses. Talking good ain't enough. You steady quoting the one-on-one. You steady quoting the circle 7. I ain't heard you say nothing about these free national principles and standards yet, or how to get them, or that they need, when we leave up out this temple, we need to go join the United States of American Republic. That's the sheik I'm looking for. The one that's actually bringing them in that temple. When they come in that temple, he leads them straight to the government. And guess what? They still going to the temple on Friday. But when they ain't at that temple on Friday, they operating in their state government. They coming on them calls up and up past these laws. That's the sheik I'm looking for. I don't see no one of them doing that, except for not feel my ear. You know, he doing it. Islam.
Islam, was that someone?
Point of interest.
Oh, I'm sorry. And Grand Chief Atkins. I'm sorry, Grand Chief Atkins here.
Okay, Islam. Islam, sister, you have the floor.
Islam, I just got two quick statements. One, there was a brother about 30, 45 minutes ago that made a comment about, he made a question about, asked a question about members of the MST of A pertaining to, and I'm just going to piggyback off what the president said to him earlier, far as members, card-carrying members, they are Moors. So we all are Moors by descendant nature, by descent, and only Allah alone can change that. We are Moorish Americans, and members are Moorish Americans in mind and spirit, but lawfully they're not Moorish Americans because the temple does not confer nationality upon anyone, only your state government. So until they come over to the said government and take the oath of allegiance to you of USAR, then they're still out of law, whether they have one nationality card in their pocket or 20. And that's facts.
Islam, point of interest.
Islam, you have the floor.
Just one question I want to ask all the Moors on the line. I know the president and a few others already know. Since the prophet had us to have the ID originally to get us to thinking again about nationality. Let me ask everybody on the line that is not aware of this. What nation of people do you know on this planet right now that carries around a nationality card and go flash it in front of everybody else on this planet?
Zero.
If anybody on this line can tell me that. Who on this line can show me a person that is from another nation state that goes around and flashes their nationality card to other people or feel that they need to do it? Show me that person. I yield the floor.
Islam. That's my new deer in the headlights question with people when I talk to them.
The architects of our republic wrote the magnificent words of the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence. They were signing a promissory note. This note was a promise that all men, yes, black men as well as white men, would be guaranteed the unalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. We refuse to believe that the Bank of Justice is bankrupt. So we've come to cash this check, a check that will give us upon demand the riches of freedom and the security of justice.